Okay, so it's been a while since I made a video about America's cringiest family, the Smiths. But last week I noticed something that I just couldn't ignore. Jada was not hosting. Will Smith was hosting.
Uh-oh.
But not only that, all of his kids were there. Now, those of you who've seen my other videos on Red Table Talk will know how much I love his daughter, Willow, being the absolute queen of cringe. But this time, Jaden, the emperor of cringe.
Mm-hmm. And I look, and I go around sometimes, and I hang out with other people that are my age, and they're just kind of just selfie. I'm just like, dude, like, oh my god, like, can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
He was there too.
We're walking to the table, my children.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Well, Jada's not there, but the entrance is still as cringy as ever. It's like they've been in show business and entertainment so long, they can't even walk into a room without, like, dancing or doing something unnatural and showy and flashy for the cameras. We're walking to the table with my children. Where's Jada?
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
We're walking to the table, my children, all my kids. Y'all are my kids.
We're here.
Full facts.
Yes.
We're here at the table.
This is a red table takeover.
That's right.
So, essentially, I'm the boss.
All right.
Yeah, you're the boss. You sure wear the trousers in that house. So here comes my favourite bit from the whole episode. We see the trailer for Will Smith's new film, Emancipation. And I don't know if any of you have seen the film. I haven't seen it. But it looks extremely, I don't know, it looks really cliched and like quite bad. And I think the reviews are starting to say that. But you can tell from the trailer it's kind of trying to ride on the back of the success of 12 Years a Slave and Django. And it's just a mishmash of really tired old slavery cliches. I don't know. It looks like there's nothing wrong with making a slavery movie, but it's got to be good. Like 12 Years a Slave was really good. Django was really good. Very different, very good, both of them. But this... It looks awful. It put me in mind of like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder, if you've seen that.
Simple Jack, the story of a mentally impaired farmhand who can talk to animals, was a box office disaster that many critics called one of the worst movies of all time.
I ain't got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
It's just Ben Stiller's character is this a terrible actor who keeps doing these really rubbish cliched films, and one of them is sort of like a remake of Forrest Gump, essentially. They're trying to ride on the success of Forrest Gump by making a story about like a simpleton. And it's kind of, this is the vibe I'm getting from Will Smith's new film. It's just like a shit version of 12 Years a Slave.
All right, so with this movie, Emancipation was one of the most grueling and transformative and ultimately rewarding films of my entire career. You guys saw the movie. I really wanted to, as an actor, when I make things, when I put things in the world, you guys are my first round of thought. I'm making things to leave ideas for my children, and then it extends to other people's children and then to the world.
He's really building it up, and he's also giving an explanation as to why he made the film. We all know why he made the film. It's because he slapped Chris Rock and had to come back and make people feel sorry for him. So his agent was probably like, make a slavery film. The public bloody loves slaves. It was either that or some film about a mentally deficient guy going to Harvard against all odds.
So it all started with this devastating photograph that many say is the first viral image.
First viral image. It was 1863. Within 3 weeks it had reached New Hampshire.
The photo quickly spread across the country, shocking millions with the horrors of slavery and exposing the lie that enslaved people were treated humanely. Peter's portrait inspired many free black men to enlist in the Union Army.
And don't get me wrong, this sounds like an inspiring story that could be made into a great film. It just doesn't look like it has been.
I'll never forget the first time I saw that picture. It was so moving in such a just heartbreaking way. And for that to be like the first like viral image is crazy.
Why do they keep stating that as fact? The first viral image. That was the first. Yes, it was.
Yeah. So Emancipation is the story behind the famous picture. It's based on the life of a slave named Peter.
If you laugh at this trailer, you're an evil bastard.
Give thanks to God. The Lord is with us.
Oh man, he's even doing the accent. The Lord is with us. Is that some form of racism? It's gotta be.
I will come back to you!
It's just so bad. I will come back to you.
You walk the earth because I let you. I'm your God now.
I hope I'm not the only one who can see, well, what I'm seeing, that this film is about slavery, great, but what's the angle? What's the new thing that you bring into it? Like, we get it, right? The slaves and the bad white people that own them. Yeah, great, fantastic. We're all on the same page there. What's different about this film? How are you selling it to me? I mean, 12 Years a Slave, okay, he's a free man and gets sold into slavery completely illegally, you know, and it's a very tense and claustrophobic film to see this man who's lived his entire life as a free man in the northern states to get sold into slavery in the southern states, and it's, I don't know, that was the angle, right? It was very interesting. It was very exciting to watch. What's this one about? I'd love to see the conversation between Will Smith and his agent.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Homer, but they've already made some movies about World War II.
Oh, hell. Well, what about Dracula?
Or the script writers for this film, you know. How did they sell it to him? What attracted him to the role other than, yeah, slavery, that'll be good for me. I'll probably get another Oscar.
Slaves are free.
I'm guessing there's more context to that line, because they're not.
We must get to Baton Rouge through this swamp.
Is no one else bothered by the accent? We must get to Baton Rouge through the swamp.
Lincoln's army is there. There are many ways to die in a swamp.
There are many ways to die in a swamp. You mean like the alligator we just saw? What about drowning? Many ways.
He's persistent.
Best supporting actor right there. He's persistent. He is running away. Stop him.
Running, hiding, surviving.
I fight them. They beat me. They whip me. They break the bones in my body.
Just in case any of you weren't clear, the trailer's going to make it very, very, like, crystal clear, right? I fight them. They whip me. They break the bones in my body.
More times than I can count.
Look at his little face there. Wonderful acting. He's gone full Forrest Gump.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
War frightens me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
But they never break me.
Well, we know, I mean, we heard the guy, like, earlier in the trailer, you're persistent. We'll give you that. It said you were persistent. You bloody lucky.
Never break me.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I have not seen the trailer.
That was the best reaction. I had not seen that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
There was some deeply moving moments.
Yeah, it was rugged.
We had some calls while you were shooting.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was very concerned.
You can't tell. Did you FaceTime?
Yeah, he was just, it was, he can say.
Concerned crew members ringing Willow from the set. He stays in character at all times. He's got this really stupid accent. There's lots of firearms and bayonets and other dangerous props on set, and we just don't want another Alec Baldwin situation.
As the years have gone on, I've gotten more and more locked into these characters for longer periods of time.
Yeah, his meltdown at the Oscars did seem like an identity crisis, to be honest. I mean, he just randomly, and it was random, it was so bizarre the way he attacked Chris Rock, and then got up on stage and gave that rambling speech about how he's being called upon to protect my people. I am a river to my people.
I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people.
No, you're not. You're an actor. Fucking lunatic.
And it's just the weight of this story, the weight of these experiences, the quality of the actors.
Yeah.
It's persistent. One of the first days on set, there was a scene with one of the actors. He leans down in my face and he says, "You're a cold one, ain't you?" And then he ad-libbed. I was like, I was like, makeup!
I actually found that very funny.
When the first teaser came out, as people were like, why another slave movie?
And now that it's come out, everyone's like, why another slave movie?
And it's like, this is not a slave movie.
No.
This is a freedom movie.
The human brain takes in 11 million bits of information every second that is aware only of food.
There were some parts of me when you said you were making a slave movie that I was like,
Yeah, we feel you, Willow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, originally I was considering doing Django.
Oh, God. So now he's going to try and make Django.
I have some bad news. I did not get the job at Fruit Loops. My body is now your communion. Please eat from me. Eat from me. Drink from me.
So I invited college students to watch the movie and to share any questions that it brought up for them.
I just finished watching the film, and honestly, it feels like I just woke up from a terrible nightmare.
Yep, that's what you want to hear.
My whole body physically hurt as I was walking out of the movie theater.
Cringe can be pretty painful sometimes.
That's how powerful the film was. It's one thing to read about slavery and all these terrible things that happened in history books, but it's another thing to watch it right there on the big screen.
Yeah, reading shit, isn't it? Words on a page, they can never convey any kind of suffering or emotion of any kind. I need Will Smith. Now I understand slavery.
There are many ways you can die in a swamp.
Will, how did playing a slave for months on end with people saying horrible and dehumanizing things to you?
Or I'd say the 30 years of marriage to Jada prepared him perfectly for that role.
It's the part I was born to play, baby.
Affect your mindset? And what did you learn about yourself?
Oh, that's
a good question.
question.
Yeah, that's a great question. Good question, Devin.
That
Good
question
question.
at all.
That's a
I
great
thought
question.
it was
Good question,
an
Devin.
absolute terrible question.
I was getting called the N-word, 100 times a day by by very good actors.
Yeah.
By very, very good actors, you know.
Yeah, I guess it might affect you a bit mentally, though. Yeah, working on a film like that, because Will might be wondering the whole time, are some of my co-stars so convincing when they say that word? Because they're taking out a lifetime's frustration on me of wanting to say that word. Yeah, that might screw with your head a bit.
We were trying on the neck chains. So it's 6 weeks before we're shooting, and they're trying to get the right size and the right weight. This feels horrendous. Won't be too much work to find this character.
He's been feeling like that for years. Now I kind of feel bad taking a mick out of Will Smith, because I always really I liked him. You know, he was a big part of my generation's childhood, and he always came across as this happy-go-lucky guy, and I don't know, there's just been a few unfortunately cringy incidents over the last few years, which have kind of tarnished his reputation a bit. He seems like a good guy. Just a bit cringe. Well, we'll leave it there for today, I think. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that kind of thing. See you in the next one.
Yeah.